Some structures in the world leave you amazed, but some leave you disturbed once you learn the truth behind them. The Great Wall of China belongs to the second category. It is not just a massive wall made of bricks, stones, and soil. It is a structure built on centuries of cruelty, forced labor, broken lives, silent screams, and millions of deaths that history prefers not to talk about. Today, the world calls it a great wonder, but the reality is that this greatness was paid for with human blood. When people walk on this wall today and take pictures, they rarely realize that beneath their feet lie the remains of people who once lived, dreamed, and hoped for a future that never came. Welcome to Zee Mystery, a channel where history is not decorated with beautiful words, but exposed as it truly was, raw, harsh, and uncomfortable. This video is not meant for entertainment alone. It is for those who have the courage to face the truth, even when that truth challenges everything they thought they knew. The construction of the Great Wall of China began around 220 BC under the rule of China's first emperor. What followed was one of the darkest chapters in human history. Entire villages were emptied, farmers were dragged away from their lands, prisoners were chained and marched to remote mountains, young men were taken from their families, often never to return. They were told they were serving their nation, but in reality, they were turned into slaves of the state. These workers were given little food, almost no rest, and no medical care. Whether it was freezing winters or burning summers, the work never stopped. Anyone who collapsed from exhaustion was not helped. Anyone who became sick was seen as useless. To the rulers, human life had no value compared to the completion of the wall. Historical records clearly indicate that those who died during construction were not buried. Digging graves was considered a waste of time. Instead, dead bodies were placed directly inside the wall and sealed with bricks and soil. This is why many historians openly refer to the Great Wall as the longest cemetery on Earth. Its foundations are not only made of stone, but also of human bones. State violence was routine and deliberate. Workers who refused to continue were publicly beaten. Those who attempted to escape were executed in front of others. Sometimes their bodies were displayed for days to spread fear. Fear was the primary tool used to keep the construction going. The wall was not built by loyalty or pride, but by terror. It is commonly said that the Great Wall was built to protect China from invaders, but history shows that it failed to stop invasions multiple times. Many enemies crossed it successfully. Its real effectiveness was internal. It restricted the movement of ordinary people, prevented rebellion, and allowed the state to maintain absolute control. In many ways, the wall functioned more like a prison boundary than a defensive structure. Along the wall, watchtowers and military posts were established. Soldiers were stationed not only to observe enemies, but also to monitor the local population. Every movement was watched. Every gathering was suspected. The wall became part of a complete system of surveillance and oppression. Beneath the wall, hundreds of hidden tunnels were constructed. These tunnels were used for military transport, secret operations, and the confinement of prisoners. Even today, many of these underground passages remain unexplored. Independent research in several areas is restricted, raising serious questions about what might still be hidden from the world. For centuries, locals have spoken of strange sounds near the wall at night. Cries, whispers, and unexplained sensations are commonly reported. These stories are not simply ghost tales. They are psychological echoes of extreme human suffering. When countless people are killed and buried with dignity, the memory of that violence does not disappear easily. Another myth associated with the Great Wall is the claim that it can be seen from space with the naked eye. This statement has been proven false by modern science and even denied by NASA. Yet the myth continues because it helps glorify the wall while distracting people from the brutal reality behind its construction.